Hey there, this is Natalie, and as you may or may not know, Crunchyroll will be purging 60 anime series from its platform on the 31st of March. I'm showing a list of the shows on screen, but they include things of all different ages, across a wide variety of genres, and include No Game No Life, Danmachi, Love, Chunibyo and Other Delusions, Gate, Akame ga Kill, Food Wars, and my teen romantic comedy Snafu, among other popular series. It is well known that Crunchyroll is undergoing a lot of changes since it was acquired by Sony and had its library merged with Funimation's, but people probably weren't expecting that to mean a whole raft of shows were going to be removed. So why is this happening, and where are these shows all going? Well, the 60 anime in question are all licensed by Sentai Filmworks, a US licensing company based in Houston that was acquired by AMC last year. As part of this acquisition, AMC also bought HiDive, which is another anime streaming service that is trying to gain a bigger market share. As of the 1st of April, all of these Sentai Filmworks shows will become HiDive exclusive, which means Crunchyroll and Funimation will no longer have the licenses to stream them. This does of course make sense from a licensing perspective, and it does seem like a good move for HiDive if they want to win more subscriptions of their own. They may well be seeking to capitalise on the fact that a lot of fans don't really like Crunchyroll, Funimation and Sony anyway, and could be interested in an alternative. But that kind of assumes that people choose what they want to watch based on what's available on the streaming platforms they have, rather than just based on, well, what they want to watch. In reality, I think the more things diversify across multiple streaming platforms, the more likely people are to just decide to pirate stuff. To have access to every anime series you might be interested in, both new seasonal shows and past shows, you need multiple subscriptions, and these may be to sites that, well, you may not really enjoy paying for, even if you can afford multiple monthly subscriptions just for anime, due to things like poor interface design, poor translations, even censorship. And yet, much as we tend not to talk about it, we all know that you can watch any show you want for free, and it'll often be up earlier than even the simulcasts on less legal streaming sites. Yes, casual audiences who might just watch a bit of anime here and there on the Netflix account they use to watch a whole bunch of other stuff too, may not be interested enough to think about pirating shows their streaming platform doesn't have. But they also aren't going to be tempted to subscribe to HiDive so that they can watch Monster Musume, Chivalry of a Failed Knight, or Watamote, to name a few more of the shows that will be leaving Crunchyroll. Honestly, I think that the more things go in this splintered direction, that just seems to demand more and more of our money for companies who don't really listen to what we want anyway, the more people who would usually think it was perfectly reasonable to pay for the things they want to watch will go over to piracy, and perhaps aim to support the Japanese creators in other ways, like collecting Blu-rays or whatever. There will also always be people who simply can't afford to subscribe to a bunch of stuff to get the same entertainment they used to get all in one place. Personally, I kind of wish there was a Japanese-run streaming platform for the West, or honestly even multiple ones run by different publishers, that just had subbed versions of things, subbed by translators in Japan, with no real involvement from businesses in the US at all. It wouldn't cost them much to hire some translators, and they could basically charge viewers in the West directly. But of course, while that might be the ideal for me, and probably for some other Western fans, especially those outside of North America, who really just get the scraps of what's licensed by companies like Crunchyroll for the US anyway, it would certainly hold back the growth of anime in the West if things weren't packaged up into platforms that people who are new to anime can find accessible, and which also do things like dubs and licensing shows to Western TV networks. I don't think there's really any answer to the way things are with anime streaming services right now, and it isn't really easy to predict what the landscape will be like in the future. But really, everyone makes their choices when it comes to subscriptions versus piracy, and I think this kind of thing will probably tip the balance for some people in a way that Crunchyroll probably wouldn't like. Still, the upshot is that if you want to watch the shows mentioned already, or Outbreak Company, To Love Ru, Non Non Biori, or Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, then you have until the 31st of March to watch them on Crunchyroll, after which they'll be on HiDive exclusively. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments. Thank you as always to my supporters on Patreon, and to everyone who helps me out by subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. Thank you for watching this one, and I hope to see you again very soon.